The quiet, suburban neighborhood of Maplewood Grove was unlike any other. Neatly trimmed lawns, colorful flower beds, and identical white picket fences ran along both sides of the street. Every mailbox gleamed silver. Every driveway was spotless, and every neighbor knew everyone else's business, whether they liked it or not. All thanks to the strict and watchful eye of the Maplewood HOA, who ruled with an iron clipboard. On a bright Saturday morning, a moving truck rolled slowly down Willow Lane, stirring curiosity among the residents. Behind the wheel was a young woman, Emily Carter, barely 30, with bright eyes and cautious hope. She had left the chaos of the city behind for a fresh start in Maplewood, unaware that the biggest threat she would face was not the mortgage or rising taxes, but the fence around her new home. Emily pulled up to house number 47, a quaint two-story cottage nestled between the homes of the grumpy Mr. Harold on one side and chatty Mrs. Dobson on the other. Both peeked from their curtains, whispering into their phones before Emily could even unlock her front door. As she stepped out, a shadow fell across her path. "New here, aren't you?" said a tall man in a gray suit, holding a leather binder. His name tag read Gerald Finch, HOA president.
"Yes."
"I'm Emily Carter. Just moved in today," she said politely. He offered a rehearsed smile. "Welcome to Maplewood Grove. As HOA president, I ensure all residents follow community rules for everyone's safety and harmony." His smile faded slightly. "That includes maintaining the fence. It's old but original, part of the neighborhood's character." Emily glanced at the weathered wooden fence lining her backyard. The boards were crooked, cracked, and oddly darkened in spots, as if burned by time itself. "I was thinking of replacing it," she said casually. Gerald's face hardened. "No alterations to the fence are allowed. HOA Rule 7B. Any violation will result in penalties." Emily frowned but nodded. She didn't want trouble on her first day. That night, unpacking boxes in her living room, she heard whispers.
Soft. Low.
Hissing voices carried by the wind. She stepped outside onto the patio. The fence stood still.
Silent.
But she swore she heard it. Whispers in the dark. Faint, breathless words. "Stay, stay, stay." Emily shivered. The next day, Mrs. Dobson accidentally brought over muffins. "You're brave to move into number 47, the old lady said, eyes darting to the fence. "No one stays long. Not after. The fence starts whispering." Emily laughed nervously. "It's probably the wind." But Mrs. Dobson shook her head, lowering her voice. "The last owner, Mr. Collins, tore down 2 boards. He disappeared a week later. Police never found him. Before him, the Haskells vanished. Before them, the Tanners. All gone. Always after touching the fence." Emily swallowed. "Are you serious?" Mrs. Dobson only smiled thinly. "Ask Mr. Harold next door. He's lived here longer than anyone." That evening, curiosity got the better of her. Emily knocked on Harold's door. The old man opened slowly. His watery eyes peered at her. "The fence," Emily said quickly. "Why does everyone act so strange about it?" He grunted. "It's cursed. That would ain't right.
My father helped build this place."
Said the land was wrong. They buried something under the ground here before the houses came. Something angry. Buried what? Harold shook his head. "No one knows. But that fence, it's to keep it in, not keep us out. Don't mess with it, girl, or you'll end up like the rest." The door creaked shut. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She sat by the window staring at the fence under the moonlight. And then the boards moved, just slightly, as if something behind them pushed forward. Whispers curled through the night air. "Stay, stay, forever." Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. "Do not touch the fence. A friend." Emily's heart raced.
Who sent that?
The next morning, she found fresh scratches in the wood, on the inside of the fence. Someone or something had clawed at it during the night. Determined to learn the truth, Emily spent the day searching records at City Hall. In old blueprints of Maplewood Grove, she found a chilling note. Plot 47. Do not disturb. Land condemned for burial site 1893. No details. Just that cryptic warning. That night, Gerald Finch knocked on her door. "You've been asking questions. That's not wise," he warned. "The HOA exists to keep order. To keep you safe. Leave the fence alone." "But why? What's buried there?" Emily demanded. Gerald leaned in, voice low. "A family. A cult. The Darnell Coven. They lived on this land over a century ago. Practiced dark rituals. When the town found out, they burned the house down with the family inside. Buried the remains beneath this very yard. The fence keeps their spirits trapped. When residents tamper with it, the spirits escape. People die or vanish. Like the others before you." Emily's blood ran cold. "Why let people live here at all?" "Maplewood needs order. The HOA ensures the fence holds. You're safe if you obey." But Emily wasn't satisfied. That night, armed with gloves and a crowbar, she crept to the fence. One loose board. Just one. As she pried it away, icy wind spilled through the gap. Whispers howled, louder than before. Something dark slithered beneath the earth, closer, rising. Suddenly Gerald appeared behind her, pale with fear. "Put it back. Now," he shouted. Too late. The ground split open. A charred skeletal hand shot up, grasping the grass. From the hole, hollow eyes stared at Emily. "Stay forever." It whispered. A cold force pulled at her soul, dragging her toward the hole. Gerald grabbed her arm.
"Help me seal it."
"Or we're both dead." With trembling hands, they slammed the board back into place. The earth stilled. The whispers faded. The hand sank beneath the soil. Silence returned. Emily fell to her knees, gasping. "You broke the rule," Gerald said darkly. "Now the HOA will decide your punishment." The next morning, Emily awoke to find a letter taped to her door. Notice of HOA violation. Rule 7B breach. Unauthorized fence tampering. Penalty. Permanent residency required. You may never leave Maplewood Grove. She laughed nervously until she saw the new boards on the fence. On them were carved words. Emily Carter, resident forever. Her heart